So Nathan Diash and some of the other athletes that weren't able to make it, our hearts go out to you. We know it's an international thing and politics get involved when it comes to countries, but we certainly wish that they could be here with us today. Speaking of which, Nick Walker unfortunately had to pull out of the show. Where's Big Nick? Did he make it to the press conference? No Nick. We did invite him actually to come if he wanted to, but Nick, being the professional that he is, said that he wanted it to be about the athletes that were competing. And since he was out of the show, he wanted to wish them their best, but said, it's not about me, it's about them. But big shout out to the mutant Nick Walker. We wish him a speedy recovery. As everybody's seen on social media, and he's got a very big following, he tore a hamstring, and it was going to keep him off the stage. And so it was best that he just sit this one out. Also, folks, I want to address some rumors that were going around earlier. You're going to see an omission on stage that former Olympia champ Brandon Curry is not with us today. He was feeling a little bit under the weather. He was actually getting some treatment, so it was unclear whether he was going to be able to compete. It doesn't look like it's going to work out for him this year, but of course we wish Brandon a speedy recovery. Also, he will be here this weekend in attendance, so be sure to visit him as you get yourself around the expo, and all the other IFBB superstars in attendance. So big shout out to that. But right now, folks, we've got some celebrity panel down here in front, and Tarek, your first question, sir.
I'm going to start with the Mr. Olympia, Hadi Chupin. There's a lot of expectations. Derek Lunsford is on the rise. Samson Dauda won the Arnold Classic. And there's a lot of hype on those two guys. And my question to Hadi is, what does he have to say about the people that think he's not going to repeat the title?
به نام خدا سلام عرض میکنم خدمت همه عزیزانی که اینجا هستن. خوشحالم که اینجا و با شما رو میبینم. همونجور که میدونید توی قانون جنگل که بریم فیلها گنده هستن اما شکارچی نیستن. شیرها هم ابهت دارن اما همیشه همسراشون براشون شکار میکنن. اما یه گرگ همیشه درنده و شکارچیه. شما با یه شکارچی رو فردا و پس فردا خواهیم دید.
He said, first I want to greet all the fans, all the audience here and the Olympia organization for having me here. And second, he says I'm a wolf and I'm here to do the hunting. So I don't scare of any lions or elephants.
He is indeed a wolf, but is he a wolf in sheep's clothing, Derek Lunsford?
Listen, you have to respect the champion, of course, you know. So he's a fighter, you know, he makes me work harder and brings the best out of me, and I'm here to show a much improved version of myself. This year is 2.0 version.
Derek 2.0, that should be something to see. That's for sure. Fuad Abiad.
Yes, sir, Bob. My question's for Samson. Hey.
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah. Stay out of this. Samson, you have a rubber match of sorts with Nick Walker, and him being out of the show. You know, he beat you at the Olympia, you beat him at the Arnold, and people were kind of waiting to see that third matchup. So what does it mean to you that Nick is not able to compete? Is it a sore spot for you that you're not able to get to go up against him again this year?
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys for having me here and for all of you guys for being here. It means a lot to see so many people support this sport. It's such a great thing to see, and I really want to say thank you, each and every one of you, for supporting this sport the way you do. To Fuad and your question, I mean, honestly, me and Nick have gone way back. You know, I remember when he won the Arnold, and I messaged him and I asked him, look, do you want to have a training session? And he called me all the way from Tampa, and I tried all the way from London to just come train with me. He showed me how to train my back. Nick has always been a great support to me, and that was just over just a year ago. And I was so looking forward to having him on stage and us sharing the stage again together this weekend. And to find out the news of what happened to him, it's a sore spot, man. It makes me feel really hurt. And honestly, I truly wish him a speedy recovery. and I hope we get to do this again real soon. So, Nick, if you're out there, I'm praying for you, buddy. Get well soon.
Well, Samson, you're a name that's certainly been at the front of the Olympia predictions this year from not only our celebrity experts, and of course experts around the world. We know there's a whole bunch of them. They say you got the size, you got the shape, you got the symmetry, but you've got to have the conditioning. I asked your buddy Fuad earlier, how's he look? Fuad said, I don't know. He hasn't sent me any pictures. So the question is, do you have the conditioning?
Well, as you guys can see through my history, I have a thing of shocking people every time I walk up on stage. And I have a very good thing of transforming my physique in a very, very short time. So we're going to see the surprise tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
All right.
Sean, you have had a very, very busy 2023. You became a dad. You moved from New Jersey to Texas. Then a couple weeks ago, I see you building a new gym in Texas. A couple days ago, you dropped a sneaker line. You know, most guys trying to defend an Olympia title that I know in the past, they try to really just hide away, focus 100% on prep, their meals, their training, their cardio, and they can't have any distractions. Others thrive on staying very, very busy. It seems like that's you. So how have you been able to balance all these outside projects and life changes with defending the biggest title in the sport?
Yeah, it's been a very busy year for myself and my family. Like you said, that I strive off of just kind of keep myself busy, not thinking about food and things like that. But at the same time, I got to realize that I'm getting a little bit older and bodybuilding isn't forever. And I got a beautiful baby girl over there that's counting on me to make sure her future is set. So yeah, we have a gym we're building. It'll be done on January 1st. My sneaker line is dropping in a couple of months. So, but at the same time, I am focused on getting number 3 this weekend. That's for sure. I got you, Flex.
All right, Keon Pearson, right next to the Giant Killer, has established himself as a big-time contender here this year, and a huge difference for anybody that saw your physique from last year to this year. Are the changes enough to give the Giant Killer money?
Friday night tomorrow, or Friday morning pre-judging, you guys are going to see a Keon 2.0, something you haven't seen from me yet. I worked my ass off for 26 weeks for this. And I'm really, really excited so you guys can see the new changes. I'm very confident. My mental state is 100%. Physically, I'm ready. I'm just ready to showcase this hard work tomorrow. And you guys are going to see it and appreciate it a lot.
All right, back down. Fuad, you got a follow-up, sir?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Sean, because I saw a video today where Branch said that Sean was the pound-for-pound best bodybuilder on earth. I want to know if Sean agrees with that statement.
I don't need to agree or disagree with it. I just kind of do my thing and let people kind of make their decision what they want to say. But honestly, I mean, I'm not the biggest, but bodybuilding is about being the biggest, right? So I'll be the most complete athlete. I just weighed in today. I was about 185, 186, about 4 or 5 pounds up from last year. But don't get it twisted. I am in shape, and I will be ready.
All right, sometimes it ain't about being the biggest, it's about being the best, and we have one of the best here. He is Hall of Famer Sugar Sean Ray.
My question's for...
Sean, keep it short.
Yeah. Wow. Shorts behind you. 2.0, Sean. Derek, you won the USAs. You won the 212, and then you went and guest post for Jim Mannion, and everybody saw you coming at that stage. We saw you in the off season, bigger, bulkier, chunkier, and everyone, especially me, was telling you to go in the Open Olympia, and you went in there and you came this close to knocking off Big Hadi. What have you done differently to try to get that title, because you're so close?
Well, I got the feedback from last year on why I took second place, because there were first place votes. It was very, very close. You know, by a coin toss, it could have went either way. But, you know, he had the victory last year. I took the feedback and the critiques on what I needed to do to my physique, and I just went back to the drawing board, and I went back to the gym, and I trained hard all year. I worked with my coach, Hadi Rambaugh. This is our 3rd year working together, and he and I, our relationship in terms of coach-athlete and also our personal relationship has grown tremendously, so we understand each other better. He understands me, and he knows my body now much better, and I execute the plan. So, but at the end of the day, you have to have passion and love for this. You got to want to be in the gym, and you got to love this. So I live it every single day, and I just want to be the best absolute best version of myself. So regardless of who's I'm standing next to, I'm only focused on me and the opportunity that I have.
All right. Seven-time Olympia champion, Phil Heath. Phil, I'm sure you got a whole myriad of questions, but you look like we got a couple empty spots up here, buddy, in case you want to.
The reason why I'm standing up is because I can't just be sitting in the seat next to Sean.
Well, Sean takes up a lot of room,
Oh, man.
you know. I mean,
But one of the things that I've noticed this entire time is that no one is staring at that. What you all need to do is stare at that. You, especially you and you need to be staring at this. If you're not staring at this, why are we here? Think about it. So when you're asked these questions and stuff, there's names on that damn title. Every person who has won the Open is on that title. History is made here. So I got a real question. Hadi, is anyone else's name going to be on there? Or is it just going to be your name going to stay on there?
خب فیلس تو خودت چندین بار این قهرمانی رو تکرار کردی، میدونی حس من الان چیه و کامل بیشتر از خیلی ها که کارشناسی کردن میتونین منو درک بکنین. خیلی از قهرمانان یه دوربین گرفتن برای یوتیوب رفتن تمرین کردن، ولی من امسال تمام وقتمو گذاشتم برای استاندارد تمرین کردم و امسال تکرارش میکنم.
Phyllis, you have done this before and you repeat this champion many times before, so you can understand my feeling. Maybe other people, they train and went and posted many videos on YouTube for YouTube, but I have been trained hard and try to improve myself, and I'll repeat it again for sure.
And since I'm still here, got another question and it's going to transition. Chris Bumstead, office. I see that you have a gentleman next to you that you've trained, or Urs is over there. You've allowed those moments in the gym. It's almost like you're luring them in. Young lions and all that stuff. But what I want to know is, are you here to just win this thing, or are you here to actually dominate this thing? Because there's a lot of people that believe that you can do it, and of course there's people next to you that think you can't.
I'm here for a few reasons. I would say I'm absolutely walking home with that trophy, but that's not the only reason I'm here this year. You know, this is my 5th time chasing after a title. I've been on the Olympia stage, been competing for 10 years, and if I've learned anything, it's that in the past I felt I've had to just shut down a lot, repress a lot, and just go into this performance mode to win the Olympia and just kind of like push everything aside. And this year, what I wanted my goal to be was up to be different. I wanted to feel the whole journey. I wanted to have fun training. I wanted to enjoy the process, feel the ups, feel the downs, not just numb them all out, so that when I show up here the week before the Olympia, I'm present, I'm happy, I'm excited to be here. I'm smiling, I'm chilling with my family, they're all here, and we're just having a good time, because that's really what it's about for me. I put in the work. I know these guys are fighting for 2nd place, and I'm just here to have fun with it. So, it's going to be a good year.
There we go. So now we got to hear Dino.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we got a whole bunch of competitors here. Ramon Dino, if I get one more dinosaur sent to me in my email, by the way. Enough, people. I love Dino, okay? Great competitor. He's going to give Chris a good run for his money. And Urs has certainly established himself. So we got a great competition here. Breon is back, but let me stick with Chris just for a second. Chris, Sean Rennie says you're in the wrong division. You should be in the Open. Your eyes should be on that, Sandow. You should be in that Open. He thinks you got a legitimate shot, Sean. Is that right?
Chris knows. I told him 2-3 years ago he's in the wrong division, but he's doing what he's got to do.
I'm right where I belong.
Gotta go to the girl.
Now, you're where you belong right now, but let's just hypothetically say you do win 5. And you've said many times you don't know how many years you got left, but you still got some gas in the tank. Would you consider, if you were to win 5, would you consider hanging him up on the Olympia stage, but only temporarily, only to grab a different pair of trunks and give that Sandow a shot?
Sorry, kind of blurred out. Like on Saturday, would I do it?
No, not. Urs Kalasinski says that you ain't even going to get 5. He's going to put an end to that right here, right now, this year. Enjoy your 4. I know he loves you like a brother, but it's time to move on. Urs is a miracle bear. Can it happen? Will it happen?
We all know everything can happen in this world, especially nowadays, but we're going to find it out on Saturday evening, huh?
You got to get past Dino before you can get to C-Bum.
I know he don't understand me when I say it in English, so I say it in Portuguese. Cuidado, tô chegando.
Fuad, I'm sure you got a whole bunch of follow-ups going through that head right now.
No, actually, you asked the question I was going to ask. Is Urs said that he put on 15 pounds since his last attempt at beating Chris. And Chris says it's going to kind of be, it sounds like he's saying it's going to be a walk in the park. So I don't know, Urs, you trained with him. Did you see anything when you were training with him that gave you an idea that you could surpass him this year?
Yeah, so definitely that he's getting older. So I knew I invested a lot the last year. I trained my ass off over there in cold-ass Germany in the bunker. And he has a great gym, sunny weather, so I knew I worked my ass off. No, but beside that, it's always good to train with those other competitors. It's always the reason why I fly in the US a bit earlier. Meet those guys. I also came over to Brazil and trained with Ramon, so I think it's good to push each other in a certain way, and also don't forget the fun. And it's also funny at this level of bodybuilding, trust me. So it's a great sport, a great lifestyle, and everybody should join it and follow it.
All right, thank you, Urs. Tarek El Guindy, you catch more flack than anybody being from Brazil. Ramon Dino's a superstar over there.
Ramon is a superstar in Brazil. I'm going to ask this question real quick in Portuguese, and then I'll translate. When he responds, I'll translate really quick to the audience. Ramon, você é ídolo no Brasil, mas o povo brasileiro talvez fala que você não está pousando tão agressivo, que você escondeu o shape durante a sua preparação. O que você acha disso? I asked him, he's a hero in Brazil, but a lot of people are being critical that he didn't show any pictures and that he maybe doesn't pose as aggressively. What does he have to say about this?
Então, isso foi simplesmente não te chama nem de estratégia, mas uma coisa que eu quis fazer mesmo, esconder mesmo e mostrar ou não vai fazer diferença alguma, que o que importa é o que a gente apresenta no final, e o que vai surpreender eles no final é o que eu fiz o ano todo, entendeu? Tá escondidinho aqui para eles.
He said, it doesn't matter what the pictures show. It's not a strategy. I'm only concerned about what I'm going to show on stage.
All right.
Sometimes when you go to your own country, you're a little bit more respected. You get more love, like Hadi and Big Ramy. The country gets behind them. What would it mean to you to win that title and take it back over to England?
I mean, from England, we haven't had an Olympian champion since 1997. The Dorian Yates, the Shadow, the man himself. So you can only imagine how hungry we've been years after year watching it and not have someone to be at this position to be able to challenge for it. And I know the support I'm getting from all the people in the UK right now. And with that much support behind you, how can you not deliver? So tomorrow, I'm going to say it right now, this weekend, my name is going on that trophy.
I'll tell you what. When you got the name Sandow on that, the name of Samson, if you're going in history, is not a bad name. They add Sandow there. Fuad.
I'm just curious from Hadi. Need him to give me a name of somebody that he thinks is going to challenge the most for that title.
برای من هیچ وقت هیچ کسی احساس خطر نمیتونه بکنه، چون که من همه زحمت‌ها رو کشیدم، همه کارا رو پیش بردم، هیچ چیزی هم کم ندارم. این گفته‌ها همه امروز از تخیلات و ذهنیتیه که ما بدنسازا داریم به خودمون میگیریم، اما همه چیز روز مطابق روی سکو 100% تغییر میکنه. من روی سکو خودمو نشون میدم، ادعایی ندارم.
So I'm not afraid of anyone here, so I cannot give you any name. And I did my best. I did work out really hard. I don't have any weakness, so I don't have any weak points. And I'm coming to defend my title, and I will win it for sure next time.
و شان تو همیشه کوچکتر از همه بودی روی سکو، چرا که همیشه دوم یا سوم میشدی. گندگی هیچ وقت روی سکو مثل المپیا دلیل نمیشه.
Sean Ray, usually you were the smallest person on the stage, but that doesn't mean.
بزرگی عضلات هیچ وقت روی سکو.
Size it doesn't matter, so for sure definition and others.
باید زیبا باشی، کامل باشی.
You need to be aesthetic and complete.
ما بدنسازیم و قوی‌ترین مردان نیستیم که بخوام بریم وزن اضافه کنیم.
We're bodybuilder, we're not strong men, so to go and put a weight on.
و ما باید بدنسازی رو به زیبایی ببریم.
We need to drive the bodybuilding to the aesthetic and beautiful shapes.
اون کسی بیشترین زحمت رو کشیده که عضلاتش رو به اوج فیبر برسونه و رژیمش رو دقیق گرفته باشه. این نیست که فقط یه سایز بزرگی رو بیاری روی سکو و ادعا کنی من بزرگترم، من بهترم. تعداد عضلات رو بشناسی، من میتونم عضلات سینه‌ام از خیلی گنده ها بیشتر عضله دارن.
Being big and adding more size, it doesn't matter for bodybuilding, and being adding more fiber and more definition is the one who define who's going to be the champion.
خیلی ها کارشناسی کردن ولی نظر داوری تو کارشناسی خیلی فرق.
Many people, many experts, they put their opinion, but that doesn't matter for me because the judge's opinion is matter for me.
I got a follow-up.
Thank you, Hadi.
Bob.
Hang on a second, Phil. Let me get down here because I've got two empty spots up here. Phil, I got one for you, but
I see him. Jeremy, you're trying to do something that some legendary bodybuilders have tried and failed. The comeback of Kevin Levrone, Flex Wheeler, several other bodybuilders coming back after some time off. Didn't materialize in terms of winning. Maybe the journey was something that they were trying to accomplish. Where are you at and how you dealing with that mentally coming back after that much time off?
I feel I'm in the best spot I've been in my entire life right now. I think a lot of people forget that I was in my early 20s when I won my first Olympia. When I lost my Olympia title, I was only 27 years old. And at that point in time in my life, I was still trying to figure out who I was and, what my role was in this life and my purpose. And, after I lost my title, I kind of lost my way for a while, made some poor choices, and spiraled out for a little while. And I found myself in a kind of a slump, in a hole for a couple of years that, it was very hard for me to get out of. And there's a reason why I didn't make my way back to this stage, because physically I've been dealing with injuries, but also the mental aspect of things, of dealing with my mental health and trying to be a better person. And not only... a few years ago, I got married and had a daughter, and, I'm 33 years old as of last week, and when you become a man, you have to start to take a look in the mirror and figure out what you want for yourself and your future. And when my daughter was born, I wasn't the man that I needed to be for my family. And those are some of the things that opened my eyes to the reality of where I was at in my life and what I had to do in order to be the man I needed to be. And one of the biggest things that helped bring me around and get me out of that hole was reestablishing my relationship and my faith in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And over this past year and going through this prep the past 9 months, it's been a series of obstacles and hurdles and a mental challenge, because at the beginning of this prep, I didn't believe I can do it. Physically, my body has been through a lot. Mentally, I wasn't in a good space, and from what everybody was telling me, that the division had outgrown me. And I had been told that I wasn't wanted back. And when you're getting told something over and over again, you start to believe it. And when you start to believe what other people put in your head, you start to lose sight of what your true self is. And that's something that over this prep I've been able to, come into realization of what my purpose is here. Why am I coming back? What are the things I'm trying to learn and gain from this prep? And, what else I can do to, serve this world in a way that we're meant to. We have a purpose on this earth, and as everybody's seen the way our world is nowadays, good has to be put out there, and that's something I've been striving to do is, set a good example and show people through my actions, not my words, of what it is to make changes in your life. And that if you are going through a hard time in life and you're finding yourself in a slump that you can't pull yourself out of, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. There is opportunities, there is a redeemer, and there's a way of finding your way back out. And that's something that I've been able to do these past several months, is been able to rebuild myself from the inside out. And mentally, I'm the strongest I've ever been. And on Saturday, you're going to see me physically the strongest I've ever been.
Well, Jeremy, welcome back to the Olympia stage, brother. It's great to have you back here, and you look great from all the pictures and video I've seen. Adding to all that stress you were saying, the body wasn't responding, you had things going on, you got a family now. And then this guy blocks you on social media just to put the dagger in there.
He unblocked me.
Okay, all right, that's good. It's a loving family. Aaron Banks, you are Olympia champion. Aaron, you're all covered. You got gloves on. You shoveling the driveway when you get done, or what's going on here?
Well, see, last year, some of these people got me COVID and my kids COVID, so I'm not doing that this year. So I'm covered up.
It's gone. We ain't got to worry about that.
No,
Don't
it's
even
not.
mention it.
And no, it's not.
Thanks for jinxing us, by the way. But well, Aaron, the big question looming, all right, that's the elephant in the room, but I got to ask, of course, it's my job. Why on God's green earth would you put that title, so to say, up for grabs? You went in the Legion, you competed in the next show. Your man, Kyron Holden, beat you.
I wanted to grow my division, Again, I helped raise so much money for that show, teaming up with Chris and Christian Guzman, and, of course, challenging all the top 10, top 15 people to come compete at that show.
And Aaron, let me just interject. For those that don't know, Aaron decided to compete in the Legion show. That was about a month, like 3 weeks or a month ago.
4 weeks ago, yep.
He is the incumbent Olympia champ. So it's not normally done that the champ puts that up there to even put himself in a position. But to his credit, he raised a lot of money and brought a lot of money to the table for Chris Minnis in the Legion show. So he did build the purse by double.
Absolutely.
So
we made
nice job on that.
We made history, raised about $35,000 for the men's physique division.
And Kyron Holden says thank you.
My dog. He got the 20K. He got the 20K.
He got it. He got you, bro.
But I'm about to get that 60K.
There we go. Eye on the bigger prize. But the question is, does Kyron have your number now? He just beat you 3 weeks ago. Some of these same judges are going to be right here at the Olympia, bro.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm bringing something totally different from 4 weeks ago.
I mean, totally different. Like 3 arms? Like, what do you mean you're bringing something totally different?
You going to see. You going to see.
You're going to wear the gloves? That's a prop, by the way. You can't do that.
I might have to.
That's a prop. Jim Manuel will kick you out of the event. You'll be done, bro. I'm telling you. Don't get fined.
Absolutely, man.
Well, you're not without competition. Brandon Hendrickson, a lot of people thought he beat you last year for the Olympia title. It was very up in the air. Could have flipped a coin.
No, you thought he beat me last year. He didn't.
I'd be remiss if I didn't actually own that statement. I love what he brings. I like what all you guys bring.
Absolutely.
It was a great competition. It was so close. I mean, you could see it literally could have gone either way, but it did go your way, and you earned that. And he was the first one to give you props.
No, he didn't. He cried the whole year.
Oh, come on now. Come on, seriously.
He did.
Did he?
Ask him.
Brandon? There's no crying in bodybuilding.
Next question.
He knows that. Next question. Well, my next question is to Brand. Brand, were you whining about losing the title to this guy? Seriously?
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, listen, you got the task in front of you, like our celebrity panel was saying. This is not an easy feat. It's not easy getting the title back. Nobody knows that better than Phil Heath, who put 7 in the bank and then did try to come back to equal that all-time great 8. And he'll be the first one to tell you it's not an easy feat, my friend.
It's not easy, but I've been here before. I'm the only men's physique Olympian that has been in these waters before, that has lost the title not only once but twice, and has regained it back twice. Yeah. I've never lost in Orlando, and I plan to win it again this weekend.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Not that you needed more competition, but you got a 4-time Olympia champ coming out of retirement, just for you. And you got Kyron Holden, who again has always been a contender, but all of a sudden he beats the champ. I know it's a different day, it's a different game, it's the Olympia, we get all that stuff, but Kyron, that's got to be sitting pretty good for you. I know you were real excited when that announcement came down, and you did it, man.
Absolutely. I just want to piggyback on what Jeremy said. He said something about purpose. I feel like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, right now I'm on a mission to fulfill my purpose. I think bodybuilding is a very spiritual and transformative sport inherently. I think there's a lot of there's a certain energy that is used to fuel people forward. There's a lot of animosity, a lot of aggression. I want to be that example that it can be done through a different kind of energy. I like to spread love, like to spread harmony, like to spread joy, and that's what I've been doing. And that's my mission. That's what I've been saying this entire time. I'm going to complete the mission on Saturday.
Can't wait to see these guys.
Like myself say, there's no camaraderie among these guys anymore. And they point to times in the past, like the pumping iron era, where there was like a dozen pros in the whole world. They all trained at the same gym. So, of course, there's going to be a lot more closer community. We're all over the world, scattered all over the place now. We saw something cool a few weeks ago. There were Evogen videos on Hani's channel where yourself and Hadi Chupan were training together. And a lot of people wouldn't understand how you guys can't have animosity toward each other, where you're trying to beat each other. You want the title. He wants to keep you from winning the title. But in those videos, you could see the mutual respect, admiration.
I mean, that's part of what I fell in love with, what I was saying earlier about how passionate and how much love I have for bodybuilding, being in the gym and training, is to show up with other guys, other buddies, training partners that are equally passionate as you, whether they're an IFBB pro, Olympian or not. That's, like I said, part of what I fell in love with. So there absolutely is camaraderie in this sport, but at the same time, I'm not going to shy away and say, I'm here to make history this year. I've been on a mission all year to be the first 2-division Olympia champion here at the Mr. Olympia. I won the 212 a couple years ago. Now I'm in the open, and I want to be the first 2-division Olympia champion and the number 18 Mr. Olympia. So, yeah, there absolutely is good camaraderie. I respect the champion, Hadi Chupan. You know, he's a phenomenal bodybuilder, a great champion, well-respected around the world, especially in his country. And he's bringing the best out of all of us amongst the rest of the competitors. So it's also what I love, too, is instead of looking at the competition as this, I look at it as more or less your competition is holding you accountable for you to be your best. So if you're wanting to slack one day, you're not wanting to go to the gym, then you think about your competition. Well, they're going to go to the gym. They're going to do it. They're Olympians. They're the best in the world. So it gives you that extra oomph to get up and do the work.
All right. People thought he was going to be sitting over here with these two guys.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Breon, because there was a little confusion. Getting ready for the Olympia, originally it was going to go into the 212 and then switched up at the last minute. I call it the last minute because it was pretty recent, that you wanted to go back and try to recapture this very elusive title in the classic division. Any second thoughts on that? Because I thought the 212 might be like the next natural step for you to take, but you decided to stay here.
No, there absolutely is no second thoughts on this decision to come back and get the title in Classic. Very confident in the extra pounds that were given to the division. And, I believe with my physique, I can display that the best and showcase. And I have to say, Chris, you were a great champion, man. But now it's time for me to get the third one this Saturday.
Bob, I have a question, because a lot of these guys, there seem to be fans of Chris Bumstead. You know, they make heart signs to Chris Bumstead. They invite Chris Bumstead to dinner. But Breon is the guy that actually challenges Chris Bumstead. Breon, is this the year that you're going to teach some of these young guys to finally challenge Chris Bumstead?
Teach some of the young guys to challenge Chris Bumstead?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a competition. And we're not up here to be friends. We're especially on this stage. We're up here to take each other's heads off. We train hard. This is the hardest sport in the world. And we are the toughest people because of it. And when we get on this stage, it is not time to love each other at all. It is time for battle. That's it.
Well, Breon, despite the training, and I've seen your videos, it might be the best I've seen you look in some years. So, fantastic. But you got to meet the stash, man. The mustache is everything. That's what C-Bum's all about. Look at Ramon Dino got it. Look at, he's got the beard going.
Is it everything?
Urs is going to grow a mustache before Saturday. So what happened, man? I thought you were going full C-Bum.
No, I'll take my mustache up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll grow it up here. But no, I think, we all have our different identities, our different looks. And more power to the mustache, C-Bum. But come Saturday, man, this title is going to sway in my direction for the third one. I've been hungry as ever for this one. I believe I displayed the most muscle. That's why it was a deal for me to possibly go to the 212. So I believe I display the most muscle up here, and to be added this extra weight, I'm really going to be able to display that muscularity-wise, density-wise, and then in turn conditioning-wise. So very, very excited about it. Let's rock.
All right, two-time Olympia champ Breon Anza. Can he make it 3? We're going to see. Phil Heath.
So, hold on. So, going back to what you were saying about the added weight, I always feel like when you're a champion, the goalpost gets pushed a little bit further away at one point in time because of the domination that the person is exhibiting. We saw it with the challenge round back in the day with Ronnie Coleman. You even saw it with me at one point where the People's Champion thing, like where the fans became a judge at the table and stuff like that. And now with the added weight category, I just have to be honest. Chris, with all that said, with the added weight, would this actually shut the door on these guys? You've already shut it before, but when they actually move the goalposts up a little bit, because I believe you didn't have the same weight increase as others because of their height, I guess. Usually, in my opinion, it's mine, is done to try to even the playing field, as they would say. You're at this point now where I feel like this solidifies a whole new level of yourself. So again, what does that mean with all of that going into this show, and what are you going to do about it?
I mean, I can't lie, a little humorous. It was a bit of an honor when I heard it, because I heard people were complaining that there was an unfair advantage in the class of 6'1" to 6'2", and I was like, who's in that class? Who's complaining about that? So if these guys are complaining about unfair rules and they got to change it, that's cool with me. It's classic physique. We're not an open bodybuilding. It's not a weight cap kind of thing. I've established a look. I've established what I believe is the standard of classic physique. I've done it even more this year, and I'm showing that look. Doesn't matter how much I weigh. I could make my weight. I could give me 2 pounds, 8 pounds. I'm going to come in looking like classic physique Mr. Olympia and do what I do.
Fuad Abiad.
Breon is saying he's the most muscular out of the guys there, but he was 4th last year. And Urs is bigger, Ramon's bigger, and Chris's most recent pictures look like he's definitely bigger. So how are you going to jump back from 4th to 1st, Breon?
Well, first of all, getting technical with it, when you have to come down so low, you display a softer look when you have to lose muscle, okay? And we all know that as competitors up here, and I'm sure a lot of you know that up there in the audience as bodybuilders yourselves and competitors yourselves. So when you have to come down so low in weight, You have to sacrifice muscle, and that is not going to be your best look. That is you're going to display a softer look and a more tired look. You know, your body's not going to pop. So now 7 pounds is significant. Okay, it's significant, and I may have had to still lose a fiber or two of muscle, but in the significance still, you know, not as much. And I'm able to hold on to more muscle, which in turn, holding on to more muscle is yielding itself to a better look, a fresher look with more muscle to display more maturity, more density, which it is one of my strong suits, for sure. More maturity, more density. So that's what I'm able to bring to the table. And from fourth to first is not a big deal at all. I did it my first year. From 2016 to 17, went from fourth to first. So to me, it is not a big leap at all. We will do it again.
Well, you got to get past 2 and 3, and that's the dinosaurs and the bears. So good luck with that. Derek Elgindy, final question.
I want to know from Ramon, what poses is he going to beat Chris Bumstead at the Mr. Olympia? Ramon, quais são as poses que você vai ganhar do Chris Bumstead no Mr. Olympia?
Qualquer uma que você escolher, meu irmão. Estou preparado para todas aqui.
He said, any pose that the judges choose, I'm going to beat them.
Well, Steve Weiner will be picking up a whole bunch of poses on that stage for these guys to show what they got. Thank you, Tarek. Sean Ray, final question.
Let's do it right now.
Who's that? Flex? Hey, pipe down. Who's that? It's Flex Wheeler out there, folks. Trying to rabble rouse up. You got a question, Flex?
Man, all this damn talk is cheap, man. We used to peel right then back in the days. Somebody, if you bought yours, if you really bought it, peel or shut up.
Flex Wheeler says talk is cheap. Who wants to show something out here? Anybody? You know what? Taylor beats all of you guys, all right? So at least she got out here. Sean Ray, final question.
Sean Clarita, you're the second smallest person on the panel next to Ariel, I think. You got Ariel beat. After this competition, will you consider going in more open competitions? Because you served a very good notice when you did go in the open category, especially at the Arnold Classic, which is commendable, what you did over there at that show, beating all those bigger guys. So following the Olympia, win, lose, or draw, do you think the open is realistic for you to continue pursuing?
Absolutely. You know, obviously this focuses on this weekend's Olympia, getting that third title, spending some time with my family, and then we'll see what the future holds. But for sure, I would love to do some more open competitions in the near future.
I'm good. Phil Heath. I'm good. Actually, let me get to the end. Ron Harris, final question, sir.
It's for Chris Bumstead. Chris, you trained for your first 4 Olympia wins. I want to say you're the most popular bodybuilder on Instagram with 19.8 million followers. Wait, 20? Wait, it's 21 now, 21 million. But you have so many people coming up to you in the gym while you're trying to train for the Olympia, trying to take pictures, talk. And you're a nice guy and you've always accommodated everyone. But this year, you built your own gym. You've trained in private, no distractions. What difference did that make in your training, in your focus for this Olympia?
I mean, it was a very selfish and beautiful thing I had this year to have that private gym, and it was a lot of fun. I got to just train with my friends and focus and do what I do. And I think regardless of where I'm at, I could be at a gym with a barbell, overseas with some dumbbells. I'm going to get the work done and do what I do. But I mean, every edge I can get, I'm going to take it. I built that private gym and got to work, and it really helped me focus my mind. And as I was saying before, and just enjoying the journey, I could go in there, I could be quiet, I could play my music, I could be present, and I could just enjoy every single workout. And I remember getting under the bar, squatting, doing this, and be like, I got 2 more leg days. Just feel this, enjoy this. This is so fun right now to be this strong, this lean, to be working towards such a difficult, beautiful goal. And allowed me to just be more present in everything I was doing, train my ass off, and go after number 5. So hopefully it helps, and I didn't need it, but it made it more fun.
All right.
I guess we're going to have to ask the audience, who is going to win this standout title? I mean, Derek, Derek, you were talking about something earlier. You know, I respect how you carry yourself, but at some point in time, I really feel like you have to go to a dark place, use that fuel, let people know who the hell you are. Are you willing to do that on this stage? Because I can speak clearly about this in front of all these people here. When I used to win this show, Jim Mannion, Steve Weinberger, all these guys, they call these shots. The people that have won, they had to earn it. They had to take it. It ain't always nice. Sugar Shane Mosley was nice. Floyd Mayweather was ruthless. You got to be almost, and I'm just going to say it, excuse my language, you almost got to be a fucking asshole at some point in time because you're preventing someone for being immortalized in history, to having their name on that, to having $400,000 on that, that goes toward your family and your legacy and all that good stuff. So it ain't always going to be nice. So my question is, are you willing to not have to be nice while you are competing if that is required? It doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, like, you got to go out there and push people and do all this other stuff, but if it has to go there where a champion really needs to remind people, are you willing to do that, and what does that even feel like for you?
Very well said, Phil. And let me say this. You don't have to be nice, but we will be fair. And Steve Weinberger and Tyler Mannion and Sandy Williamson, they will give these athletes every opportunity that they can to showcase their physiques, to be compared fairly. And unlike the world right now, which has gone crazy with people picking sides and all this political climate, bodybuilding has never had any of that. They're looking at physiques on stage. They don't care what kind of following you got. They don't care where you're from. We've had champions from overseas. We've had champions from right here in our own backyard. These judges will put these athletes through the paces, and they will have to earn the title of Olympia champion. Folks, I want to thank our celebrity panel for coming out here today. Ron Harris, Linda Murray, Phil Heath, Sugar Sean.